Oh, you're still here. That's really good. Well, so am I, because I'm very committed to your success. We're down to the home stretch. Here we go. How do you make a decision? You do. What, Forbes? Yeah, you decide. Decisions are the most powerful thing, and that's one of the biggest secrets to cash flow and everything else you do in life is to make decisions. I'm going to tell you, practice making decisions. Make them often. Yeah, how do you do that? Really simple. You decide what you want or what you don't want. That seem easy? Okay. How about something else? I can't decide. Well, do that pro and con list. Really look at that. Decide if it's too painful to stay or too painful to leave. Most of us don't give ourselves leverage over our decisions. This is one of the keys I learned from billionaires. You want cash flow? Talk to a billionaire. The ability to make a decision quickly and not to linger on it. So many of us agonize over, oh, should I? First of all, I just see you agonize over what you're going to have for dinner. Start right there. Open a menu and decide before you go to a restaurant what you're going to eat. I have people who look at a menu going, everything looks so good. And I'll go, it looks like words. Unless you're a Denny, there are no pictures. So it doesn't look that good. Stop agonizing over every decision. Start making decisions fast. Successful people do that. And the way they do that is say, wow, if I decide to do this, what will I gain? If I decide to do this, what will I lose? Which is bigger, which is faster, boom, make the decision and move on. This is one of the most powerful pieces of advice I can give you. And if you are stuck, create some leverage. Let's say you decided to lose weight, right? I've made a decision to lose weight, and this is probably one of the best fun tips I can give you. But you don't stick to it. You know why? Your leverage wasn't big enough. Here's a little secret. Decide you want to lose weight. You're going to stick to a program, right? I'm going to eat this. Map it out because we know that that's important, right? And then say to yourself, if I don't stick to this, do you have a can of dog food? Go get a can of dog food, the kind of smelly dog food, you know, the wet kind. Open the can up, leave it right there. And if you don't stick to this, you have to eat the dog food. Now that's interesting leverage over yourself, isn't it? Oh, did you just go like that? Yes. Let me tell you something. If you stick to this, and you are, believe me, you don't need to decide, you're just going to do it. I'm sticking to this program because I don't want to do the dog food. Wow, that shifts everything. You're in sales, you said, I'm going to make 3 sales today, or I'm going to hit my hand with a hammer. I know that's kind of crazy, huh? Leverage over yourself. If you don't want to hit yourself with a hammer, then get off your butt and make the phone calls and do what it takes. Most of you have no sense of urgency. How do you get instant cash flow? I will tell you what, you don't sit in your house and wait for the phone to ring. No, you have that outgoing call. That's what your phone is for. Maybe you have to call 100 people a day. Here's one of my best examples of urgency and leverage. You want success, you got to fight for it. So years ago, I'm in an acting class. And we had a thing called terrorist theater. Now, this was many years before terrorists were real people. But what it was if you weren't booking work. Now, by the way, I had some major celebrities in this class. But every once in a while, we'll go through a dry spell for a lot of reasons. But the teacher would put us on terrorist theater. Now, what that meant was you had 90 days to book a union-paying job. Oh, my God. You don't think about anything else. You don't think about who you're going to date. You don't think about going out shopping. You're like, and by the way, if you didn't do that, you got kicked out of class. Now, we're talking major A-list celebrities were in class. You didn't want to get kicked out. So all of us ended up on terrorist theater at one point or another. And I will tell you, you're pretty darn focused on that. And that's what that leverage did for us. And I learned this lesson, but my favorite story about this is day 89 of Larry's terrorist theater. He gets an audition for Seinfeld. Now, he's almost convinced he's going to get kicked out of class, but this guy was he was so on it. Day 89, right? Next day, he's done. You know who I'm talking about? The soup Nazi on Seinfeld. That was his audition on day 89. Yeah, oh man, it was just so much fun and so amazing and rewarding because he never gave up. Most of the people in that class, the A-listers, we all end up on terrorist theater at some point, but they never gave up. That leverage they had over themselves. So maybe you don't hit yourself with a hammer or eat dog food, or maybe you do. I'm going to tell you, most of us have no leverage on ourselves. I know this because every year as a fitness expert, people go, oh, I'm going to make a resolution to lose weight. 3 days later, they're back off their diet. They're not in the gym and they blew it. You know why? No accountability. So one secret to getting instant cash fast, find a partner. That's right. Find somebody that you assign and say, you know what? Every day I have to do this. Every day I have to make 10 phone calls. I have to make 10 cold calls. I have to send out 10 letters. I have to knock on 10 doors. I don't care what it is. You want instant cash flow. I've given you some secrets, tips, and tricks in this course. Honestly, if you haven't made money yet, what are you waiting for? I'm sorry, what are you waiting for? Yeah. So make that decision, or I'm going to feed you dog food and hit you with a hammer. No, I'm not going to do that. I've got 1 or 2 more big lessons to go. You're not going to want to miss this part. We're coming down to the wire.